we have overlapping text, just like in this one that I displayed. I just did this quickly to show you what was going on. And this really is annoying because often what we want to do is make sure that there's just one line here or one row instead of this sort of wrapping kind of text. And I wanted to show you how to actually deal with this, or one way that I deal with it. And it seems to work pretty good for the most part, particularly when you get larger tables that that are going to overlap and might go way outside of the page, for example. And sometimes MS Word does that for some reason, and I just usually use this as a trick to make sure that it works a little bit better. So this is all I do is I go and I click on that and I change. So I go here to table properties, and it will take you to options. So you go table, and then what I'll do is I'll go click on options, and it will go to the default cell margin. So the top and bottom are normally fine, right? Zeros are fine, but I changed this to zeros on the left and right. That way it will butt up against each other whenever you're doing this, and it allows you a little bit more control and flexibility. And in these circumstances, when you have a lot of text and you just want to add it like this, you could see that everything went back to normal. They're butt up against each other, which is great actually, because often with tables, with number tables, you want to make sure that there's just rows and rows and rows of tables. And the columns you don't need a lot of space between them. In fact, what you could do if you remove the what am I thinking? If you remove the borders, then it actually often looks really good, because other than, a few circumstances which you can manipulate and change, it looks pretty good for the most part, right? There's enough space there. When you have a large table with many different data points, it's going to look fine because you can duplicate this and you can start to see that there's a pattern between them. And that's all that matters, and it looks great actually in most of my tables. That's the one trick that I've learned.